it's going to go behind the stomach and all the way over to the spleen to supply oxygenated blood to the spleen. There is a landmark about this splenic artery. You can see it going at least on the top of part of the pancreas. So this is the splenic artery as it travels to the spleen. Okay? So this one doesn't show. That's too bad. Well, when we come to another chart, I'll show you that again in a different way. All right, then the last branch of the celiac trunk is going to the right side of the right upper quadrant, and that's this common hepatic artery. And eventually it splits to both of the lobes of the liver, but you're only required to know this common hepatic artery. Off of it comes the right gastric artery, which you don't have to know. There's a duodenal artery that comes off that supplies the first part of the small intestine, which is the duodenum. You do not have to know that, okay? You just have to know common hepatic artery, okay? All right, so I'm getting oxygenated blood to my liver through this common hepatic artery. But I also get deoxygenated but nutrient-rich blood to my liver by way of this purple thing, which is the hepatic portal vein. So it's bringing blood that came from the small intestines and part of your large intestines from this superior mesenteric vein. So this superior mesenteric vein is going to meet the splenic vein, and the inferior mesenteric vein drains into that splenic vein. So now when my splenic and my superior mesenteric come together, it forms this hepatic portal vein. Okay, so that's the pathway. The superior mesenteric artery is one of the next major branches off of the abdominal aorta. A lot of students think that this is the abdominal aorta. It's not big enough to be the abdominal aorta. Okay? And this superior mesenteric artery is going to, you can see the branches. It's got branch, 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 branch. And this superior mesenteric artery is going to supply the duodenum, parts of the jejunum, parts of the ileum, and indeed the entire first half of the large intestine. Okay? So it's helpful to know what these arteries supply, because when you see them giving off branches to these organs, then you know. Okay? All right. Always right next to the superior mesenteric artery is the superior mesenteric vein. Okay? And that is going to meet the splenic vein to form, what's that? The hepatic portal vein. So this drains venous blood into the liver, but nutrient-rich blood. And this blood mixes in the liver. And it goes through the sinusoidal capillaries of the liver, and eventually all of that blood, once the liver is done with it, is going to leave the liver by way of these vessels right here, which are the hepatic veins. Okay? So this is the hepatic portal vein. These are the hepatic veins. And the number varies. So Hannah might have 3, and Harrison might have 4, and Rebecca might have 8. Okay? So we don't necessarily ever say right versus left for those hepatic veins. And they drain into this huge vessel that's running along the back side of the liver. What's this huge vessel? The inferior vena cava. Okay, so let's look at that on this model.